Innocence is the birthing place of consciousness, while guilt is its endpoint. Everyone starts innocent in life, while everyone ends up with a degree of guilt in the end. The degree of guilt we experience is in a direct relationship with the amount of knowledge we gained while within the time spent incarnated. The knowledge we gained is related to the memories we built of our existences on this planet, all of which encompasses a body of work that is the result of our passages here on Earth. This body of work, such as the knowledge that we gained while incarnated, comes with a price, guilt. We are guilty as charged of all of our actions. And as long as we do not show growth in retrospect throughout the selection of our choices, we are doomed to be reincarnated in the same pattern of existence as the one we were not able to outgrow. We reincarnate in order to physically learn how to grow out of what kept us from doing the right thing, or making the right choices in our previous lifespans, or past lifetimes here on Earth. As long as we do not commit ourselves to the right choices, the right actions, we will reincarnate here on Earth in order to learn how to distinguish the right from the wrong, so as to eventually act in ways which will actually change the world for the better, for all living things and not just humans. When we will finally have learned how to consistently show progress through consistently holding onto a new way of being that is for the betterment of all life forms on this planet. As we are the caregivers of its true inhabitants, the beings of Earth who expresses universal truth in all ways, such as the innocent ones, or those who expresses innocence in all of their expressions towards us, such as the children, such as the animals, we will have broken free of the prison cells of the mind and thus will have entered the next spiritual body of our evolution back to holiness. As long as we treat the symbols of innocence on our planet, such as the children and animals, in ways which are a detriment to life in general, we will reincarnate on Earth until we learn to value life above all else. As long as one values what man creates, namely the inanimate object which is known as money, above what man is, namely life itself in all of its physical expressions, one will have to reincarnate again, here on Earth, in order to learn how to break out of the patterns of the inanimate. Thus death-worshipping behavior, expressed as the drive and focus to get more of the inanimate objects, money, without considering the impacts of our actions for all life involved. When you live life in order to seek satisfaction of the mind, which cannot be farther away from the truth, rather than satisfaction of the heart, which is the living expression of the truth, you seek the rewards of that which can only lead to death, rather than the rewards which can lead to eternal life. The choices the mind makes are for the interest of the thinking self, or the self which is one step behind the living as a consequence of its constant analysis of what is otherwise obvious to behold. The choices the heart makes are rather for the interests of the living self, or the self which is one step ahead of the thinking self. That self, the one that is doing the living rather than the thinking, remains forever aware of the energy of its surroundings. It is aware when the energy of its surroundings is negative, and it thus knows, through this awareness, what to do in order to change the negative into the positive, or to change what is wrong for the living into what is right for the living. When we will stop only changing our ideas upon what to do and what not to do in order to save ourselves and the planet, and actually start acting for the betterment of life on Earth, which is equal with the betterment of our hearts, we will have grown into the roles the universe perceives of ourselves, which is the deeper role we have always known to have. The will of our hearts holds the will that the spirit of the planet has for ourselves as the grandiose saviors, having come to help the planet grow out of the prisons of enslavement and abuse. In order to accomplish our missions in life, such as the saviors of our time, we need to express in our behavior the actions which directly reflect the values we hold dear within our hearts. As long as we do not regularly express those values within our lives in order to change ourselves and others for the better, we will remain trapped within the same energetic body, having to reincarnate over and over again until we learn how to break out of bad patterns of being, the bad patterns within our energetic body. The bad patterns of being are the patterns which does not validate life and the living as being of the utmost value within all possible values that one can hold on to. As long as one shows through one's actions that one values the inanimated objects more than the animated ones, one will have to reincarnate on earth until one corrects the bad patterns through choosing the actions which validate the desired shift in consciousness, which is from favoring the inanimated objects, such as the fate of money, to favoring the animated ones, such as the fate of animals. One only has to choose and repeat the actions which shows to their universe the same values that are akin to itself as the universe, which are the values that the heart of the innocent holds true within itself, in order to make the universe respond by giving one the experiences needed in order to awake to one's true function in the world. Those values are those which expresses your alignment to the universe. Either you are aligned to the heart, or you are aligned to the mind. The heart knows and does what needs to be done while the mind questions it, in order to break the cycle and grow into your next energetic body. You need to express whatever is urging you to be expressed within a particular moment, without letting your mind interfere, and keep on expressing yourself until the urge to express yourself disappears. As you do so, you will release yourself from the grasp of the mental patterns which kept your true voice shut, the consequent results of which will make you grow out of your mental confinement in order to expand our awareness towards a greater perspective of yourself. The more you allow yourself to express the voice of truth within you, the more you gain a greater perspective of who you truly are. The knowledge of your true self will reawaken you to your true role in the world, which is the same role that you know to have deep down in your hearts. Allow your heart to shine through and let the voice of the universe express itself through you. You are the key for the greater plans that the universe has for our planet, as it is only through you that the universe can accomplish its greatest design for this world. Become what you were meant to become, and allow your hearts to show you the way. Through living and with compassionate eyes, you will know what to do. For the sake of the child, for the sake of the animal, for the sake of the innocent. Change the actions in your behavior which does not value life and the living above all else, for valued ones, and you will do your part in helping the world heal itself.